Hello everyone out there on YouTube, this is Hawk Blame and welcome to another episode of the Hawk's Nest, a weekly show dealing with all sorts of things in geek media and geek culture. And today's episode is going to be a little bit different, mainly because I'm going to be talking a little bit about sort of where the channel has been, where the channel is going. As you can see, I have not uploaded anything in a couple of weeks here. The reason for that, and that's mainly because I've been really tired and really busy because I work a 40-hour-a-week job, you guys don't know. And on top of that, these videos, it may not look it, but these videos take a long time to make, and it basically was not. I needed a little bit of time off. I really needed, because I wasn't really having a lot of time for myself other than making these videos when I was not, when I was not here, when I was not at work. So, but everything's back on track right now. I think I've made a little more of a manageable schedule here, and I can tell you, starting next week, there will be more videos. You won't have anything this weekend, but starting next week, there will be more videos. There'll be another top 5 and a couple other things I have in mind here. And second thing is conventions. If you guys don't know, I love going to conventions. I go to a couple every year, and I have a couple lined up for this year. First of all, I'm going to ConnecticCon next weekend. I'm gonna be there on Saturday the 9th of July, and I may be making some content there. We'll possibly doing some kind of a crossover with someone, who knows. There's that, so look forward to that. And I also just today got my passes to New York Comic Con, and that's sure going to be the topic of discussion today, is the whole New York Comic Con ticket buying process. And a lot of people have vented their frustrations about this, and this is sort of my 2 cents on the whole issue. Now, if you guys don't know, New York Comic Con in the last few years has gotten really crazy. I mean, it's really neck and neck with San Diego as far as the attendance goes. I mean, it's that high, and it's a lot of people like try to go there every year, and this year's no different. This year, in fact, is in some ways it's much worse. My issue with it is that there's so many people all the time. If you look on Facebook right now, New York Comic Con, or Twitter for New York Comic Con, there's a ton of people complaining that they couldn't get tickets. A ton of people that talking about how New York Comic Con sucks, the whole ticket buying process sucks, and all of that stuff. And I want to say, first of all, I really understand. I've been in that position before. The last couple of years, I did not get. While I was able to attend the last couple of years, I'm more fortunate than most in that respect. I was not able to necessarily always get the tickets that I wanted. But at the same time, a couple of things that people have to come to realize here. First of all, I gotta tell you, I'm not gonna be a New York Comic Con apologist or anything like that, but they are trying. They are actually putting things together. They're trying to do things. This year they introduced something called a fan verification process, a process that's ideally supposed to cut down on scalpers. And so if you don't know what that process is basically it's about a month ago, back in May, they had the 3-week period where if you wanted to buy New York Comic Con tickets at all, you had to, within this 3-week period, fill out a fan profile online. If you didn't do that in that 3-week period in time, then you were not eligible to purchase tickets when the tickets get released. Well, that's the first thing. A lot of people really didn't either pay attention or didn't receive notice of that, or didn't know about that particular rule. They had to be fan verified in order to do it, in order to get a ticket at all. Once you get all that, once you get the whole fan verification process, you have to go through the second step, which is the ticket buying queue, which went live today at 12:00 p.m. Eastern time, and unfortunately, no, they were basically sold out within pretty quickly. So don't even try right now. Don't even try. It's too late. It's gone. Bottom line is, even though they did the whole fan verification process, they got onto the ticket buying link on time at 12 o'clock sharp, and they still didn't get the tickets they wanted, or still didn't get the tickets at all. Did it go off perfectly? No, not at all. For instance, there are still some scalpers that managed to get their hands on some tickets. But at this, first of all, even though it wasn't a perfect, far from perfect system, it at least was something. They at least tried to do that. Try to make things easier for the fans. So you kind of have to at least recognize that, And secondly, I'm not sure what else you wanted them to do on top of this. I mean, people are saying that they didn't know about the fan verification process or they didn't understand the fan verification process, so on and so forth. Um, they constantly put out regular statements on Facebook all the time. They put out regular statements on Twitter. They send out regular emails to those on their email list. I'm not sure what else they could have done to get the word out about the fan verification process. I mean, uh, what, do you expect them to give you a personal phone call? A personal text message to any person who might be interested in attending? No, they used the avenues that they had, the email and social media to get the word out. And I'm not sure what else they could have done, you know? And thirdly, people kind of have to come to realize that, no matter what they do, no matter what kind of safeguards they put in, even if it's the most perfect system for getting tickets out to fans possible, there's always going to be people who live disappointed. If you have 150,000 tickets for sale and there are 300,000 people who want them, guess what? There's another 150,000 people who aren't going to get tickets. Even if you did everything right, even if you did the fan verification, even if you got online at 12 o'clock sharply, it's just going to happen. It's the luck of the, unfortunately, it's kind of the luck of the draw, I don't know what else they're going to do. They can't just, print out 300,000 tickets if there's 300,000 people demanding them, because then, well, first of all, if word gets out that there's more tickets, then it's going to increase the demand even more. If they sell 300,000 tickets, there's not going to be a con this year because the New York Fire Department's going to shut down the place. It's physically impossible to accommodate everyone. So you're going to have to kind of come to realize that no matter what you do, no matter how faithfully you follow the system, there's a chance that you might not get what you want. And maybe you can say this is easy for me to say because I'm someone who already got my three-day passes. But, like I said, even years before where I didn't get, the tickets I wanted, this is something I came to accept, that, sometimes it just doesn't happen. Sometimes it's not in the cards. And, I think that people should, instead of bashing New York Comic Con about this, I think they should kind of take a step back and just realize that, hey, sometimes it just doesn't happen, Anyway, those are my thoughts on the whole New York Comic Con ticket buying experience. If you disagree or agree or whatever, let me know in the comments. And once again, just to remind you, I'm going to be at ConnectCon next weekend. I'm not going to be basically just as a guest, not as a panelist, unfortunately. But if anyone here happens to run into me, just want to say hi. And of course, New York Comic Con this week, and of course, New York Comic Con this year, October 7th through 10th. I think those are the dates. I could be wrong. I will be there the whole weekend. Until next time, this is Hawk Wayne, signing